Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to IATA for inviting us again to contribute to the symposium. My name is Arianna, and I'm RSB's sector lead for aviation. For those of you who don't know us yet, the RSB, or Roundtable on Sustainable Biomaterials, is a global multi-stakeholder organization that supports the bioeconomy sector with sustainability advice, collaborative partnerships, and certification. Our sustainability standard is well regarded in the aviation sector and also recognized under both EU Red and CORSIA. Today, I'll present a topic that is becoming a buzzword in the SAF space and others, namely book and claim. So we are all aware that a key challenge to the rapid commercial deployment of SAF is its limited geographical supply. This means that many customers who wish to use SAF are not able to do so because they are not able to physically access supply. And the development of bespoke logistics can become very expensive. Book and claim can provide a solution to this challenge. And by linking suppliers with customers that are not physically connected, thus driving the uptake of SAF in the market, while logistical networks are being developed on the ground. RSB has developed an approach to certify these book and claim transactions to ensure that they are credible, traceable, and do not lead to double counting. The underlying idea is that no matter where SAF is produced and used, the net environmental impact is the same. So what exactly is book and claim? Book and claim ultimately is a chain of custody model, or you can call it a traceability model, where the administrative record flow is not connected to the physical one. It allows for certain attributes, such as, for example, SAF environmental characteristics, to be decoupled from the physical product and be transferred separately via dedicated registry. This model is promising insofar as it allows a SAF to be booked at one location and then claimed at another one, thus providing a more geographically flexible marketplace that is not restricted by physical supply limitations. However, we must acknowledge that these benefits come with a number of risks, such as, for example, double counting and lack of transparency, that might tarnish its credibility and its recognition by the market and by regulators. So it's therefore essential, in our view, that book and claim transactions are based on a robust chain of custody certification system that is operated by a third party that can guarantee full traceability of transactions and that can also mitigate the risk of double counting, very importantly. So in this slide, I will give you a snapshot of the book and claim certification system that the RSB has developed in collaboration with our stakeholders. It aspires to address the challenges that I just mentioned in a robust and credible way, and ultimately to be of service to the growth of SAF globally without compromising its environmental impact or integrity. So our book and claim system is based on the so-called registry that is operated by the RSB and is based on the requirements that are set out in our book and claim manual. We aim to eventually integrate the manual in our chain of custody standard, once it has been tried and tested, of course. So how does it work in practice? SAF enters the system when it is registered by a SAF supplier. And when that happens, the SAF must be withdrawn from the supplier's mass balance and be sold as fossil jet in the market. Transactions are regularly audited against the rules provided in the book and claim manual. And that's why we require that all suppliers that register SAF into the registry to hold a valid RSB chain of custody certificate. On top of that, and in line with our mission to promote sustainability and decarbonization in the aviation sector, we require that this SAF holds a valid EU Red or CORSIA certificate, such as, for example, RSB EU Red or CORSIA certification. It is also very important to note that the SAF must not have been already counted towards any other greenhouse gas targets or obligations. More detail on these will be explored and unraveled during the pilot stage. So once SAF is in the registry, the supplier can sell it to airlines. Airlines can retire SAF for themselves or on behalf of their corporate customers. The registry traces the transaction and provides a retirement certificate that customers can use to make certain claims, such as the volume of SAF they purchased, the greenhouse gas reduction, or feedstock used to produce it. The system also caters for intermediary suppliers in case the transaction involves different legal entities along the way. And whilst only the company who registered the SAF into the registry must be certified and regularly audited, all companies who interact with the registry must hold a registry account. So RSB is currently working on what we call the registry ecosystem, and we are also soon going to start a pilot period in collaboration with a SAF supplier, and that is expected to last between 6 to 9 months. During the pilot, we aim to test this system with real SAF transactions and to develop specific claims that user can make. On top of that, and very importantly, we aim to iron out some of the questions that are still open for debate. These are, for example, the application of book and claim to CORSIA eligible SAF from blending onwards, double counting rules, and especially the interaction between scope 1 and scope 3 emissions, the recognition by voluntary greenhouse gas disclosure programs, like, for example, the science-based targets, and the data architecture, especially the issue of what registry data needs to be confidential as opposed to be published in the public domain for the scrutiny of national regulators. And this is to further mitigate the risk of double counting and ensure that greenhouse gas reduction is allocated in the appropriate geographical context. On top of that, we aim to collaborate with other methodologies being developed by the market and to run further stakeholder consultations to further refine the system. Our ambition is for the RSB book and claim certification to be available to the market by the first half of 2022. So thank you very much for your attention. I welcome any questions online or also offline via this email address. Thank you very much.